Right then, let's get started. So, welcome everybody to the second day of Shredfest Uncharted. We've got Bagel Spiders and Migsy with us, who both played yesterday. And for anyone interested, that song during the intro was "Switchback" by Biohazard.
Quality choice, Dave. I well enjoyed that.
Yeah, fun. Like that particular album, New World Disorder. Basically, my first sort of first band that I was in was basically a band my brother was in, and he invited me to join. And George, our other guitarist, I was 17 at the time, couldn't drive myself. George, our other guitarist, would drive everybody to band practice in his old Austin Montego, and he had that song on cassette, and that was he had that album on cassette, and that was basically, for the first sort of 6 months of being in a band, that was what we listened to on the way to band practice and back every fucking time. It's a great album.
It's not a bad choice. I mean, you just reminded me. I mean, I remember first seeing one of my first ever gigs was Biohazard, and it was quite a small venue. And like, I thought it was a good idea to jump up on stage, as you do. Frowned upon these days, but back in the day, you know, stage diving was still allowed. And if you'll know, Dave, Bagel, I don't know if you know, but Evan, I forgot his last name, the singer, is like 5'0" and I'm 6'4", so you can imagine that scene where when drunk I jumped up on stage and gave him a massive hug. He wasn't very happy about it, and I exited the stage very, very quickly, maybe with some assistance. He was like, so that was hilarious. But no, with the band thing, you remind me, many moons ago around that time, me and some friends started. Well, we tried starting like a hardcore band, so it was all like Biohazard, Downset, if you remember them, bands like that. A lot of good fun.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm terrible at this. We're introducing day 2 of Shredfest Uncharted. Yeah, as I say, you guys both played yesterday. So here we go. Yes, we've got the poster up.
Big shout out to Lily Mina for doing the poster.
Yeah,
fantastic
very much
work
so.
As always.
Yeah, excellent artist. Yeah, what we'll start with. What were your guys' feelings yesterday? How good, bad, whatever did you feel?
Do you want to go first, Bagel?
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, I hadn't been on stream for 4 months before yesterday. So yeah, it was like just jumping back on the bicycle and getting back to this whole streaming thing. So yeah, overall just amazing atmosphere and just energy through the whole day, right from Sturge to everybody. And yeah, I just really appreciate the opportunity to do that, because there's really not a lot of that going on Twitch, and just to be a part of that, it means a lot. So, and you guys did it on my birthday too, so that's it was Bagel Fest.
Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, one of the things we like to try and do is just bring together all the people in the community to try and bring the hype and whatnot. Like it's always a good atmosphere, I feel. Migsy, what were your thoughts yesterday?
Well, I was just going to say, Bagel, what a way to make a comeback, right? So congrats on that as well.
Yeah.
You picked a good event to do it on. And,
Hell yeah,
I hope you had an amazing birthday. I was lurking a bit when you were playing the Vampire Masquerade. It's like an MMO type thing, isn't it? I can't remember, like Battle Royale or something, isn't it?
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah,
right on, man.
I was lurking for a bit before I passed out.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. I just every time I go to perform, I just want to put as much energy out there as I possibly can for people,
and I think you definitely smashed it, dude. But so that was definitely one of my highlights, because obviously you're well known within sort of like Rocksmith community, but I'd never, because of your break, I never actually sort of saw you when I met the guys that you know, etc. So it was great to finally sort of see you after hearing this name of legend and myth. So it was great to see you, my dude. But thinking of yesterday's lineup, I think the biggest thing for me, I mean, yeah, we can shout out the performers. I mean, Sturge, bless him, was like so nervous about something completely new and things like that, but he just smashed it out of the park. Professional
Absolutely.
musician. You can tell the guy's got a lot of experience. He just strayed into it, and
Yeah,
the material.
and a genuinely lovely guy as well. Like,
Oh, he's amazing. I mean, I've been hanging around in Sturgis streams for a long time, like a lot of people have. So to see him do that was amazing. But yeah, I mean, it just went from strength to strength. And I think what was great was we had such a variety of performers. You know, we went from, I mean, obviously Mark Morin with his with the lights, the panning cameras, all that kind of stuff, full on metal show. Do you know what I mean? And then we had obviously Jerfo now appearing in Music Centre. But that was great, you know, just for tech nerds perspective, that was amazing. But yeah, I mean, everybody smashed it. I mean, I'm just looking down the poster now. You know, So By the Door, Bagel, you did a great job. Alex absolutely smashed it as well. You know, right up to the end with Max and Grant closing out. It was just awesome. The thing I was going to say, we were talking about concerns before the start of the fest, weren't we? About the new format. Were people going to stay with it like they do with Rocksmith because it's obviously different, etc.
yeah,
And as a first for this kind of event, I think it was a huge success. You know, people stuck with it. There was the same hype. It just kept going throughout the entire day, and I think that's the biggest thing to take from yesterday. And hopefully that, you know, that'll continue on today. To look back, and an experiment essentially has turned into a great success. I think everybody's loved it, and the energy's been unreal. You know, right through the whole day. So yeah, props to you guys for coming up with the idea and organising it. I think everybody's responded to it fantastically well.
Well, I mean, the idea itself was always something that people have been requesting. Like, ever since we did the first Rocksmith Fest, people have been asking, well, can we do something that's not Rocksmith? And it's like, well, for the actual Rocksmith Fest, that doesn't really fit with how the festival atmosphere type thing actually sort of would work. But it was always, ever since the very beginning, it was always something I wanted to do. And I know there's quite a few other people who really wanted to do it. So yeah, once we'd gotten to the point where the Rocksmith Fest was sort of becoming its own thing, and that itself has sort of become its own thing, and it's going and going and going, which is again, quite frankly, amazing to me, because I do most of the organising of it, and it amazes me that anything that I've sort of had that much of a hand in is still actually going and is actually quite successful.
Not being so modest, though.
But yeah, once that sort of like started becoming its a success of its own, then it was like, okay, yeah, we can start doing other stuff. So that was how Shredfest for Pride came about a few months ago. And again, it was always like even then people were saying, well, can we do this as well? It's like, yeah, I really want to be doing it. It took us a while to get round to actually doing it, but yeah, so far it has been an absolute cracker.
Yeah, 100%. Big shout out to yourself and the staff for putting it together. It's as I said, I mean, purely based on yesterday, it was a great success. And I'm not just saying that from somebody who performed in it. Just generally from a viewing perspective, you know, it didn't feel any less you know, than what we're used to with Rocksmith Shredfest. You know, which I think was the fear going into it. How was it going to be received? And I think it was great, you know. And like I said, fantastic line of musicians. I mean, I told you, didn't I? I felt a bit like going into it, I'm like, oh. Just with the caliber of people and talent that's on show.
Yeah,
you know, it's great to see.
I think if you look back now, you can at least sort of think that you absolutely had nothing to worry about, because you absolutely smashed it.
Thank you for the kind words. Personally, I have an issue. I look back at, I don't know about anybody else, right? But I looked back at my own VOD and I see different things. Do you know what I mean? Like, I see a fat, sweaty dude jiggling around. I'm like, oh my God. And then I see the things that I messed up on and looking at little bits and bats. But I suppose anecdotally, right? I spent 20 years as a DJ in rock and metal clubs and stuff like that. And also doing like electro EDM and stuff like that as well. And it's always the same rule. And Dave Bagel, you guys are performers as well in bands, etc. It's the 90-10 rule, and I'd say that to anybody. Remember, you hear the 10% that isn't great.
Yeah.
The crowd hears the 90% that is the performance, and they're like, "That was awesome." Whereas you're always focused on that. Oh, I missed that. I didn't do this right. This effed up. Whereas like the crowd, they don't hear it. They're just like, woohoo,
yeah. And I think I can't remember at what point. I think at some point yesterday we were talking about a similar sort of thing. It's like I'm terrible for this. When I make a mistake, I will pull the mistake face, and that's the only reason anybody else realizes that I've made a mistake is because I've made the face. Like if I don't make the face, if I make the mistake and just carry on, nobody notices. But the face is just usually.
Yeah.
The big shake of the head really lets on.
Yeah, I have a nasty habit of if I'm playing a track and I lose it, I'm just like, nah, what?
Yeah, all I know is if I miss something, I'm pissed.
Yeah, but like I said, it's that 10% rule. You know, nobody will hear it. But because you're obviously, you want it to be perfect, you want it to be right and the best that you can do. You'll always just have that in your mind. Every little F up, every slightly missed note or whatever, you're always going to hear that. Or if there's a slight crackle on the sound or it doesn't sound perfect, etc., you hear that minute detail because you're so focused on it. Nobody else does. So like I said, when I watch my VOD back, I see something different to what everybody else is saying they saw because I'm just like, ooh, no, this was wrong, that was wrong. Oh my God, what do I look like? So yeah, it's a weird one, but thank you, Dave. Anyway, it was a lot of fun, definitely.
Yeah, you killed it, man. I really enjoyed your set.
Oh, cheers.
I mean, you started with sad but true. I mean, you can't go wrong.
Well, there's our happy Dave to start with, isn't there? Really?
Yeah, we were all in Discord and we're all just like singing along. It was good. Yeah. Sad but true.
Yeah.
Right. Do you mind bringing up the poster again? We'll have a look at some of the people that are due to play today. So we got DK coming up first. Now DK is a friend of mine in real life, not just over the internet. I first met DK going to local jam nights, and it's a weird one going to jam nights as a metalhead. Like most jams, people are going expecting to do the same old standards like Sweet Home Alabama and all that sort of stuff. So going to jam nights as a metalhead and doing For Whom the Bell Tolls, for example, is a bit of a treat. And I turned up there one day, and Rob was the drummer. Sorry, DK, and found out that the drummer at the local jam was into metal. It's like, right, here we go. All we need to do is find a bassist, and but yeah, I like to go down to the local jam night and put a different spin on it for everybody.
But yeah, DK. I mean, I don't know. I think he found me through probably the recommendation through you, Dave. And obviously, ever since he's come in, he's just been super supportive. When I was first starting doing the drumming thing, and just a really, really nice guy. And everybody should go and check out his streams more often because he's not been doing it for too long, and he sort of doesn't tend to get a lot of viewers. But that guy deserves, because the vibe in his stream, especially the banter with his son when he's obviously doing the mix, jumping on the mix and stuff like that. It's hilarious to watch. The guy, his I love the fact that his brain is just all over the place. And when he's playing and chatting and stuff like that, it's just so much fun to hang out with him. And for an overused word, such a wholesome stream as well. Do you know what I mean? He's just genuinely just a really, really nice guy and stuff like that. So yeah, everybody go follow DK. He's a really lovely guy, and he streams gigs from pubs and all and stuff like that. So seeing local grassroots music from stage side, if you want to see that, I mean, I know we get like Matt Heafy and stuff like that with great production values, and there's bands doing that. But if you just want to see raw footage of just grassroots music, loads of different varieties, go check out his streams, because he's normally streaming at least sort of once a week on the weekend when there's a gig on. So go check him out. Yeah,
talking of jam nights, he was streaming from a jam night on Thursday night when he was doing house drummer duties.
Yeah.
So we've also got some people who are new to the community, not necessarily new to streaming. I think quite a few of these guys have got well established, are well established in the streaming circle, as we say. But we've got Krylo coming up after DK. I don't know much about Krylo myself. And then Han Varika, I'm not sure of the correct pronunciation. Daggertooth, Pirate Patch, Return of the Dukes. Now, I know Dukes has got some songs coming up that he learnt straight from the guitarist of Varsity, which was awesome. Rooster Beast, I sort of came across Rooster Beast only recently, but I feel like I probably should have come across him a lot earlier. We've got Gamut, definitely a mainstay of the Rocksmith community, and as is Dutch Rocker, as also Pillars of Ash. Adam Fretz, I believe, is a new one to this community, as is Destro, and we've got Duke Mumford and Death Guitar 84. So that's who we've got coming up for today.
I mean, again, Dave, I mean, just going over that sort of lineup, there's like you said, there's a few new faces in there, which I'm really looking forward to discovering, which I think is great. There's a mixture of people from the community doing new stuff. Like you said, Krillo, I'm assuming it's Krillo. Apologies if it's Krillov, I don't know. Again, sort of don't really know much about them, so looking forward to that. But in terms of the rest of the lineup, and like you said, mainstays, I mean, there's some great streamers in there today. I mean, yesterday, a lot of people said, obviously you had a couple of the big names in there, how you had Max and Grant closing out the festival. But if you actually look at today's lineup, the strength and variety in there is fantastic. I mean, Han, great energy, been around, a lot of people know him, but like great skill, great energy. And just an all-around great guy. I mean, Daggertooth, you don't need to say much about Daggertooth. If you want to talk about energy and just going to smash it out of the park, Dagger's going to be doing that. Patch, can I just say, Patch, such an amazingly talented guy, and such sort of a down-to-earth, nice guy.
Yeah, he's going to be warming up with some Dream Theater, isn't he? I believe he said.
A little warm up in, 15-minute long song right off the rip,
No, he's the kind of guy that would warm up on some neoclassical. Do you know what I mean? Just like, I'm warm now. but yeah, I mean, just going into that, and I agree with you, Dave. Just the strength there of established and new people in there. It's great. Really looking forward today. But can I say, you mentioned the band, but my big highlight, because he's not been around on Twitch much due to obviously getting a new job and getting his tribute band going to back up and running. Not had a lot of time for Twitch, but Dutch Rocker back on Twitch, doing Dream Theater, the thing he does best. Even I believe playing some of the new Dream Theater as well. That's going to be epic. So that's my biggest.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry to everybody else, but for me, Barry, Dream Theater, I'm there.
Yeah,
it's going to be amazing.
He's got a lot of energy, and he's just such a great performer. He's always got a smile on his face. Can tell he enjoys what he does, and he does it fucking well.
I was just saying in chat, we mentioned Pirate Patch, and there he is. He
Yeah,
appears.
speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Right?
Exactly. So, hi, Patch. We were just talking. Are your ears burning?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
And we got Faceless Clown in the chat as well. Yeah, dude. Dutch could be
I like
in
that.
an
I like that
Energizer
clown.
commercial.
Barry is the Energizer Bunny. Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
What's up,
But
chat?
yeah, I mean-
How's everybody doing today? I haven't gone to sleep yet, so.
Oh man, how many hours you been awake now?
I was up probably like 9:30 or something yesterday, so it's whatever. I was coming off night shift anyway, so
Right. Okay.
yeah. Dave was like, "Hey, you want to we need some people for this this vodcast in 30 minutes." I'm like, "Sign my ass up." So
Yeah, and it's what, 5:30 for you now?
yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it's all good, man. We're just enjoying the whole festival and enjoying what everyone's doing. Not familiar with everybody too, so I get to meet new people and see what they bring to the table, and it's good times, man.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things. As I say, I mean we've got some people who are well known, but still I haven't come across them yet. So I'm really looking forward to finding out what some of these guys are like. Twitch is such a big place; it's impossible to know everybody. There's no sort of no harm in not having come across these people before, but certainly looking forward to finding out. Yeah, finding out what some of the new guys are like.
And I think Bagel, you were saying then, that's the biggest, I think, and everybody that's part of it or as a viewer or etc. Has said the biggest thing about since Shredfest started is exactly that. It's networking everybody together, meeting awesome people. There's Flinchy in with the raid. I don't think Flinchy's gone to bed yet either, has he? Because I left him at 6 a.m. my time, and we were both in. I can't remember which stream. Oh, we were both in Grant's stream. Because I remember he won some hot sauce.
Oh,
And
he's
Speak
here
of the
he is
devil,
now.
and he shall appear.
Absolutely.
To be fair,
I'm going to turn you down just a touch.
never.
You're a bit louder than everybody else. There we go.
Hang on. How about there?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, no, I have not slept yet. Rest in peace. Yeah, that's basically me. But I decided to crash the party, make sure that you were not dying over here, Dave.
I will admit to being slightly hungover.
Only slightly this time, huh?
Yes. I knew I was going to have to get up early. I say early. I was going to have to get up for midday to do this. So I limited myself to only 9 cans yesterday.
Yeah, Dave, you've only got one more hangout session tonight to hold up the Shredfest tradition. I'm disappointed you didn't fall asleep last night on camera.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in that too. Actually,
I mean,
it's rule 13 of Shredfest. Never mind the other rules. It's Dave shall fall asleep in the Discord hangout.
I won't fall asleep. I will rest my eyes.
that's fair.
That's showing your age, mate.
Migsy, how was your nap?
Hey.
So,
Oh, you mean? I mean, for the people in this chat that actually slept.
Yes.
It was great. I must admit, after hanging out in Grant's stream till I think it was about 7 a.m. this morning. Yeah.
Dude, I won a bottle of hot sauce in his stream today.
You did. GG
Nice.
on that one. That was quite entertaining.
Yep, I won hot sauce. Mally won something, and there was a guitar given away. It was great.
Nice.
Actually, is Grant still live? Because we should be. Because I think when I left it, the timer had like 20 hours left on it. So
He was starting a subathon last night, wasn't he? I forgot about that.
I know. Yeah, crazy man.
Dude, such a bro though.
Yeah, it was great to have him on the lineup. I mean, for me, that was a highlight because, ever since again, back to talking about Twitch, we were talking about it yesterday that I think everybody always says I've discovered so many bands that my lazy ass of listening to the same stuff all the time wouldn't have discovered. So there's so many bands that and it's a great thing as a streamer, but also as a watcher to be able to share new stuff, new bands, etc. But also then obviously to go into streams. And I said to Gamut last night, it was in his stream that I discovered them, and ever since I've been sold. It's the same with Ice Nine. I'd never really come across them because they're not huge in the UK. Let's be honest. When I heard them in Colt's stream, I think it was "Communion of the Cursed" was the first song I heard in his stream, and that was it. Boom, sold. And then sort of now up here in terms of one of my favorite bands. So Twitch is great for that. So yeah, to see Grant doing his thing and be part of the lineup. I was absolutely that was amazing yesterday.
Yeah, and he's just a really nice guy. Yeah, again, it's always nice when we get these people in and they just turn out to be really nice, really wholesome, really cool guys. Like,
Well, put it this way, I appreciate him because if you remember from my green room, I was just like super like, oh crap, Grant's about, and I've decided to put a UTA song in my set. I'm just like, oh god, no.
Yeah.
But he was super chill about it, and he was just like, nah, don't worry about it. You'll rock it. I always fuck it up live anyway, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, really down to earth guy.
Yeah. I came to the realization earlier that there are a lot more bands that I need to learn more about because, okay, so I played a 15 song by Haken, got denied a solo. I'm a lead player. I was salty. Found another song. Well, okay, my biggest problem with when some people chart songs and they only chart one of the solos. And then they don't chart the other one. Bothers me. And then I found I was very, very, very happy.
You're cutting out just a bit there. You found us something.
I found happiness. I found true bliss. Nirvana for a lead player. It was fantastic.
You're probably one of the things that you'll appreciate is because as a charter, I've done a couple of them for him. But I don't know if anybody else knows, but Colt, Young Gun, likes what he used the term diva charts. So he basically says if there's not much on lead, throw the rhythm in, and then obviously if the lead player does a bit of a solo and the rhythm player just so basically as a charter take the tabs and combine them into an awesomely fun to play single path. So I've done a couple of those. Yeah, because the amount of times, especially on in certain genres, you'll get like technically the lead will just be some like random octaves for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like atmospheric stuff, and it's really dull. Whereas, as a lead player, you'll probably be like, why does the rhythm guy get all the chugs and the breakdowns? I'm here going do 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 for 3 minutes. You know what I mean? So I've done a few of those.
I'm thinking specifically of one of the Master of Puppets charts. I know there's tons of them, but there's what the most recent one that I downloaded. Like the whole of the last verse, like the lead path is just.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
like nah, you want to be
Exactly, yeah.
The next time I catch you streaming, I'm gonna request a song called "Between Sleipnir's Breath." You want to talk boring? Let's talk boring. That is drone metal. It is played at 50.5 BPM. And you're sitting there. Dun, dun, dun,
Dude.
song.
No, it's not boring. You're just not embracing, the feel of the song and getting in with the energy and the vibe of the song.
How am I
Maybe.
supposed to
I don't
embrace
know.
something that shouldn't exist?
Controversial.
I'll tell you now, I will never play anything that I will dislike more than Transylvanian Hunger.
Oh. I fucking hate that song.
I got requested it, and it wasn't official at the time, and it was somebody who's one of the mods on my channel, Juicy, who'd requested it, and at the end of the song, I had a bit of a rant. I literally do not ever ask for that ever again. In fact, I would go so far as to say you should never ask any streamer to ever play that, because I cannot think of anyone who would want to. And then it was 2 weeks after that they released the official DLC of it. It's like, well, it must have been an easy job for the charter who charted that, because 3 bars, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste.
See, what Clown says here is a brilliant idea. However, Between Sleipnir's Breaths is 12 minutes long. I was so bored, I was tapping the chord. Literally.
But that's a weird thing, right? Because obviously that's always the difference between what's fun for each member of the band. You know, sometimes you can get songs which are amazing for a guitarist, but obviously, without wanting to start the whole debate about bass players, you know, leave them alone. Rhythm section, you guys need it. Without the rhythm section, you are nothing.
Yeah, and I mean,
oh, sorry, go on.
So I was going to say, with drone metal, there's at least sort of the opportunity to do a bunch of improv. Like you can throw your own leads in. You can speed it up.
Pixie, I'm going to send you a link to this song, and I need you to listen to it. There is nothing fun about it.
No, but what I was going to say is that, like, for example, for me, I quite like sort of like classic doom metal and stuff like that. Which, for guitarists, a lot of the stuff, especially the classic stuff, isn't particularly interesting. It's a lot more atmospheric, ambient sounds and stuff like that.
Are we talking like Catatonia, or are we talking like? Are we talking like Draconian, or?
Yeah, if you think of bands like Catatonia, My Dying Bride, Paradise Lost, you know, so I'm very much into that whole Peaceville era from the 80s into the 90s. Peaceville Records had a huge array of bands of that genre on there, and some of the songs in those kind of genres, especially classic doom, it's very slow, and it's like I said, it's more about the atmospheric and the ambience, etc. But I tell you what, from a drummer's perspective, doom is amazing because it might be slow, but obviously it just gives you opportunity to really dig into it and just smash those notes, etc. And obviously with the tempo variances, but you know, it's always fun to play a breakdown, right? Especially on the drums when you're playing a fast song and then you drop into a breakdown, you just like literally like bang straight into it. With doom metal, it's exactly that. You know, you can put some extra little bits in, little fills, etc. But when those big notes hit, it's like, you know, like electronic music. It's the equivalent of that bass drop in an electronic track. Do you know what I mean? It's that thing. You know, when it kicks in, big, huge crashes, stuff like that. So that's what I was saying before. It depends what you're playing. You know, instrument-wise, as to what you get out of each song. But I accept, you know, I will check it out, Flinchy. I will see if I can. I'll see if I can find that validation in there if there's something.
There is not even a hint of drumming in it. Like, that's not even an exaggeration. It's so slow. But no, speaking of Catatonia, I've been in love with playing and listening to their song Lacquer and Decima, because the All Hearts Fall album is absolutely a masterpiece. I love that album.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing it was two. You know, probably digressing now a bit now, so I won't spend too long on this. But two of the highlights there was that I mean, I'm a massive Paradise Lost fan, and they did a concert a few years ago, and Catatonia supported, and it was I'm having a brain moment. Their classic album. Anyway, it was the anniversary, and they did the album in full, and I'm really doubting anybody can help out.
I'm posting a link to this video just so that everybody can see the horribleness that is the drone metals.
Yeah, but basically, so they did that, and it was absolutely amazing. And then the other one for that, going back to the Peaceville thing, was Peaceville Records did. I mean, this is going back a bit. It was the 10th anniversary, so the lineup was, like I said, it was My Dying Bride, PL, it was Catatonia, and a load of other bands off of that lineup, an all-day fest. So it was all that classic era of doom metal. It was absolutely amazing. So yeah. Anyway, there you go.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Bringing conversation back round to the fest, actually. Flinchy, we have. Well, we are doing this with some charity sort of links.
Yes, yes, we are.
Do you mind giving us a bit of information about?
Okay, so for this little mini fest, we are raising money for the Macmillan. Can't even remember the name because I'm wiped out.
Sorry, put you right on the spot.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. So we are raising money for Macmillan Cancer Support. As a lot of people know, that October is cancer awareness month, specifically for breast cancer. But they do a little bit of support in terms of everything, whether it comes to just being there for people who have cancer or are going through chemo, radiation, stuff like that. Fantastic organization, and I believe they're based out of the UK.
Yeah.
So, and hang on, hold up. I can get the figures right now because we're sitting at 418 euros raised so far.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Great achievement so far, and another day to go. So, yeah, I think if really push that today, I think get to a great total. But at the end of the day, especially when you're doing things for a good cause, anything that people can find to raise is a great result. It's absolutely fantastic. And I suppose one of the things that I was conscious of it myself is that I had, it's there in chat and stuff like that. The commands are their time thing, but I mean, I was conscious when you're getting up in the hype and focusing on the set. It's kind of like, so I'll admit, I probably didn't mention it once during my set because I was that focused on doing it. I know my mods were like triggering the commands and urging people, but yeah, I would just say to anybody, don't do what I did. Push it. Make sure people know about it. Don't make that mistake. I look back and I thought, shit, didn't mention the charity, but I I put it on socials and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a really, really great, worthwhile cause. I've had personal experience of support that they've provided to a family member. So, it is a massive, great cause. They do some fantastic work. So it's a really great charity. So dig deep, guys.
Yeah, and I have personal experience too because my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer 2.5 years ago or 3 years ago, and she is cancer free. Has been for 2 years now.
Nice.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, but yeah, it's something that we're still relatively new at doing. Just in the Unity thing is the doing this for charity. I mean, when it first started out, again, it was one of those things that we sort of wanted to do, but logistics of doing so when there's so many people involved, it makes it difficult. So it was something that we didn't want to just jump straight into from the off because we weren't really sure if it was going to work or whatever. So yeah, it's great to be able to actually be doing some doing some good with it. Because I mean the community aspect is one thing, but then sort of being able to sort of get the community together, doing something good and whatnot is something else entirely. And it's really nice to be able to say that we're actually doing that.
Which makes me got to think about what the next charity thing is going to be for the smaller fest. I think it's something mental health related.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Especially because winter's around the corner, and let's face it, winter is a depressing time of year. So, back to the fest?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, what? Yes. One of the things that we haven't yet discussed is we've been discussing this fest, but we will be planning the next Rocksmith Festival, and that is due to be hopefully the first weekend of December, and I think I still need to check with Staggy about getting the website sorted out, but I think we're aiming to get the applications open as the fest closes tonight or tomorrow morning. So yeah, stick around until the end if you want to get your applications in early for the next Rocksmith Fest.
Yeah, I'm excited for Shredfest 7. But I'm gonna have to stockpile on booze. I've been way too sober for all the last ones.
See, yeah, sobriety isn't an issue that I've experienced during Shredfest.
Can you stop swearing, please, Dave?
Yeah.
That S word you keep using. Behave.
Dave, behave? When was this madness implemented? That never happens.
I'll behave when I'm resting my eyes.
So yeah, I just jumped in
He is
DK's
a
stream.
made from Venom.
He's getting ready, and yeah, looking all set, looking good. So
Cool.
what are we? What 10 minutes away from the first performer of the day?
Yeah.
Yep. I do want to mention one last thing about the Unity charity stuff. So we also have a team on Tiltify. So if anybody is a streamer and wants to get in on being on the team for that, hit me up or hit any of the other people. Basically, I just need your or any of the other staff because I think I've made them all like managers of it. But we just need an email. That's really all we need to get you in or get you an invite into it. So
Yeah, I mean, I was going to ask about that. Is that obviously the Tiltify has been set up for this Shredfest, etc., and obviously we're going to, I'm assuming, announce the total that's been raised as part of the Shredfest. But that was going to be one of our questions: was is it going to carry on as in an ongoing charity for, or do we sort of foresee doing it specifically for different charities, things like that, or just leave it running that people in between Shredfests can carry on promoting and pushing and raising money for?
So what I'm thinking is that because I believe that we're primarily going to do the charity stuff for the mini events, right, Dave?
Maybe. We don't. We haven't really planned yet. There's a possibility that we might make the main event also charity, but we're not. Like, we haven't really planned any of that stuff out yet. No.
Oh God, sorry. I just tried to put the link into chat. I've just been timed out for 5 minutes.
Way to go, Migsy.
Let's untime you out quickly.
Oh, thank you.
But so basically, what I'm thinking,
Can we get some Keck dubs in the chat?
we can permit you as well. I think that's the right command. 1 second.
Oh yeah, I was gonna.
Oh my days!
I totally spaced it out. But
it's not a Shredfest without people getting timed out in chat, right?
No, it's
right?
not /permit.
So what I'm thinking about, to answer your question, Migsy, is I'm thinking that if we do end up with the like the same rotation next year in terms of Shredfest and Shredfest for Pride and Uncharted, because it seems like both of those have been a success. We could probably just have specific charities for each event. Like, say, Shredfest for Pride, we do the Trevor Project specifically because they are awesome. And then for October, do the Macmillan again, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and just have a rotation between each festival. I think that would probably be the best way to do it.
But then, like I said, I think as well, it's cool to have it so that, you know, if people want to do their own as well, that are part of the community, like do a special stream, a fundraiser, etc., then can always do it, like you said, as part of the team, etc., and then sort of bring all that together. I think that'd be an amazing thing to do.
If they want to do that, they just have to get a hold of me, and I can set up a campaign for them. That is not an issue. Like, we were thinking about doing that for individual campaigns if people wanted to raise money for a specific charity of their own and stuff like that. Like if say Migsy, you wanted to raise money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and Bagel, you wanted to raise money for Macmillan, I could set up individual campaigns for the both of you.
That's cool. The reason I ask is that sometimes some people are like a bit might not have done it before and are a bit wary of how to do it, how to set it up, etc. So sometimes it can be a lot easier if they've got somebody they can approach that can essentially set that up, and then they can just go with it and concentrate on the important bit, which is doing the deed to raise the money. So
See, that would be me, because the only person that can actually create the campaigns is me. Nobody else can do it. None of the managers can do it. They can't delete campaigns. They can't really manage anything, so I have to set that all up. So if anybody wants to raise money on their own for any given reason whatsoever, absolutely, just let me know and send me your email address so I can get you an invite into the team. Stuff like that. Pretty easy to set up.
Yeah, I'd like to do more of that, honestly. So
Hit me up anytime, man.
just slide into Flinch's DMs if you want to do a good deed.
Slide on in there, bruh.
Yep, slide on in there, and maybe I'll even buy you dinner.
Sounds good.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start
way
wrapping.
to a man's hardest food, you know.
We're going to start wrapping up here over the next couple of minutes, ready to raid DK in the UK. So everyone in chat, please stick around for all the performers we have today, or as many as you can. It would be greatly appreciated, just to bring the hype and whatnot. And
shout out to DK in the UK, because he's the one that suggested Macmillan.
Nice. And
all these amazing guys up here.
And any of you who are in the Discord, remember, we will be having hangouts again today. There will be somebody in the voice channels throughout the day. So feel free to stop by, say hi, and again, bring the hype.
That's the wrong way.
But I think we're pretty much done. Any last thoughts from anybody?
I'm good. If anybody's got any questions about charity stuff, you know where to reach me.
This is like at the end of a meeting at work when somebody says, "Anybody got any questions?" Everyone else is like,
Yeah.
"No, let's just get out of it."
Or it's just complete silence. Well, I'll take silence as a no then. Yeah. No, I mean, I think just summarize what everybody said. From me, it's like yesterday was amazing. Today, everybody's going to smash it. It's a great lineup, some great musicians. Just looking forward to it. And yeah, remember, it's for charity. Dig deep, support the charities. Enjoy the streams and support your streamers. So yeah,
I can't wait for you to
it's
find
going to be a great day
in this fucking drone metal song.
And, real quick, I just want to say thanks to everybody for such a warm welcome back to streaming. It was not too long of a hiatus, but long enough, I guess. So
absolutely,
it was good to participate in something awesome like this, where people are coming together and having fun and sharing their passions with one another. You know, so.
And hopefully, it reminded you why you want to get back to doing it as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
The
did,
people,
man.
the energy, the hype, all that kind of stuff.
I gotta make sure that
great.
I'm actually following you, Bagel.
Right,
Brett.
I'm gonna hit that raid button. And,
Let's go.
So we're going to say thank you very much, guys, for watching. As I say, make sure that you bring the hype for everybody, and let's go. Thank you very much once more.
To infinity.
And a Shredfest!